Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Zero. I want to talk to you guys about the Elyon stress test that I got to participate in over the weekend. I wanted to show you guys some cool gameplay stuff from the stream, a little bit of highlights. I want to talk to you guys about the cash shop, some of the faction stuff, the guilds, and pretty much, the combat system in Prologue, how it felt to me on about 180 ping. So I'm just going to jump right into it, all right? All right, the first thing I wanted to go over was the character customization. I know if you guys have been searching YouTube for some, maybe some male customizations, I don't know how many of you guys will play male or female or the little furry race. I went over the character customization. I tried out pretty much every character, variation you can. So there was many hairstyles that you can flip through. You could do two-tone color hairstyles depending on how you want your character to look. If you're similar to the Black Desert Online character customization, you'll be kind of similar to this one. There's a lot of movement and stuff involved. You can put on facial hair. There are different type of hairstyles that you can go over. They're okay. They're okay for male. Of course, the female options will be a little bit better, of course. Females get everything in video games nowadays. And then the tattoo system was pretty cool. They go pretty much. You don't get to choose your tattoos, which you put on. You can choose the type, but from what I've seen, the tattoos go from your face all the way down to your body and everything like that. You're also able to save your appearance. So if you ever do get on the Korean beta coming out in December, I think 10th, if you want to bring that character over to NA, you definitely can. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. But other than that, the character creation was pretty solid. I didn't spend too much time in it. I just checked out a few races. The only race I did not check out was the Orc. But I mean, I agree that more people may play them. But definitely for the stress test, the most played race I saw was actually the small animal race. If you're used to the Papori from Terra, so most people think that when playing them, they are a little bit harder to see, smaller hitboxes. I did not get to confirm that for the PvP aspect, but they are definitely a little bit smaller to check out. But other than that, for myself, I'm probably going to be rolling an elf, just like how I started on Terra. So now I want to just get into some impressions on some classes and gameplay. Moving on to the gameplay aspect and how the game starts off after you create your character. Beforehand, do not forget this, but when you first boot up Elyon, for the first time you boot it up, you will be asked to select your faction before creating your character. Now, the faction you select will be the red one or the blue one, and I believe they may also play a point in where you spawn. I only got to choose one faction because I only have one account. But from checking out the map, there was a red area and a blue area and a line going through like a border. So that's definitely where the PvP began and where it ended and started. So after that part, once you get past the character creation, just to let you guys know, I do not speak any of the language. I don't speak Korean at all. But I'm pretty much just going to be using my MMO logic and smarts just to figure out where to go and how to do questing. But I will update you guys as I go in the video on certain things like builds, skills, enchanting, and types of gear you should be running on your class. Back to the start of the of the game. So pretty much your character comes out of a cocoon. I'm pretty sure the prologue starts for every character the same. Your character pretty much hatches or comes out the cocoon with full gear on. It looks like the area you're in is on fire. There's some type of destruction happening. Pretty much you start by equipping your weapon and you play out the scenario of going forward, teaching you how to attack, getting a feel for some of your skills as well. And you pretty much run through a little bit of dialogue and cutscenes and everything. So from what I've definitely checked out, when I first began playing, I noticed that some characters were already level 20 in 5 minutes. That's because the prologue is pretty much a way to get you from level 1 to 20 really quickly. So you'll play through it, you'll pretty much progress, follow the skills, kill a bunch of mobs, talk to a bunch of NPCs, and then after that you'll be teleported off into the world. So the prologue is just a separate area if you're used to Terra before or any other game. It's pretty much a quick eye on the dawn so you can test the class out. So the good news is once you get past that prologue, whenever you create a new character, however, you will be able to skip the prologue and jump that character and start it off at level 20 right off the bat. I don't know if that was just for the stress test or it may be a permanent thing put into the game, but it was definitely great to go test out some multiple classes, see how they play, just skip the prologue and already have the skills set. That way you can try out multiple classes. I will be trying to upload some other videos from my stream about different classes I tested out. I tried out the Warlord, which is the class I will be maining. After that, I did try out the Elementus, super fun class, super mobile, lots of damage and AoEs. After that, I did try out the Mystic just a little bit. It's not my cup of tea to play healer classes, but I can definitely say the Mystic is pretty solid. I will definitely show off a little bit of that gameplay later in the video and show you my impressions on that too. And then lastly, I did check out the Gunner class. I didn't play it too much due to ping, but I did have a blast playing it. Hopefully when it comes to NA, or maybe if I have some spare time in the Korean beta on December 10th, I will definitely give a more insight view on it. But as for now, the furthest I got was, I believe, 29 for the Elementus and 30 for the Warlord. I feel that Warlord is the class I'm going to be playing, because if you guys have played other games, you know how important tanks are, and you know how tanks can be in PvP. Really tanky world bosses hitting hard, and I feel that Warlord is going to be my class. And then for my alt class, I plan to make maybe a Slayer. That is the new class that is coming out. If the gameplay is fast and not too slow, as well as a assassin, who I heard are a little bit nerfed right now from the last beta, but we'll see what kind of changes they get in return. So upon questing, when you teleport out of the prologue, you're going to be attacked by some mobs. Once you finish them off, you'll talk to an NPC really quick, and pretty much you get your first glider at level 20, which you're able to jump off the cliff and use. So as far as the combat feel, now I know a lot of people were asking, hey, does this feel like Black Desert? Hey, does it feel like Terra? My honest impressions I will give you guys on this is the game has its own mechanics. It feels solid, it feels nice, the classes play really well, and I enjoyed it even at 180 ping that I was constantly at. I did feel some ping issues, but other than a few rubber banding and a little bit of delay on my dodge, the combat feels really nice and fluid. It can feel clunky at times because I want to say that the game isn't true action combat. Certain skills are action combat. However, when it comes to certain lock skills, it's like soft locking. Soft locking means your character will attack whatever you are looking at, not what you're targeting or tap targeting. If we were to compare this to the old Air game that came out before this, pretty much the huge difference was the air combat was very clunky, very unsatisfying. You can't really, you could stun people, but you could never follow up. So in Elyon, they definitely addressed this and pretty much took out the tap targeting aspects. Now, I noticed when I was playing my Warlord, everything was pretty much action combat for that. I have my AoE spin, I had a shield throw, and I had an AoE buff, as well as a charge. The charge was a lock-on skill. I had to be looking at an enemy to dash to them, sadly. I can't use it when I'm not looking at an enemy. But other than that, I did have an active block that I could use and spam in time. It does have I believe it was like a 0.1 second cooldown or something like that to stop me from spamming or animation canceling. But with higher ping, I would like to try out to see if I can maybe auto attack and animation cancel. Other than that, the combat was nice. So pretty much how the questing goes, it's like your basic typical MMO. But except they reward you with skills every other level or every level. Now, as I said before, 1 to 20 is pretty meme. You get that right out of the prologue. After that, you'll just be doing some questing, following the story quest and all that. Once you once you run out of story quests, the game will ask you to do these side daily quests. They're green on the map. Once you do them, you pretty much can just snag them all, go into the world and do them. Depending what channel you're in, there will be a lot of people farming those mobs. So if you were one of those people who get frustrated, hopefully on NA or the Korean beta, they will definitely release some more channels. It can be frustrating having your mobs tagged up by range classes, especially if you're like me playing a Warlord, where you have limited movement and you don't get your AoE pulled until about, I want to say, probably about level 25. I think that's when I got it, and I was able to pull people in. So pretty much you'll do that. The first time a dungeon unlocks is actually level 28. or was it 29? It's actually 29 actually, if I remember. I believe it's a solo dungeon. I could not for the life figure out how to queue into a dungeon while playing. It just kind of showed up when I hit level 29. I was like, hey, this dungeon is available. Here are your rewards. And it threw me into the dungeon, and I did it as well on stream. I was looking for a queue button, but I believe the first dungeon is solo. You can take it two ways. You can pretty much run in there, kill everything really quickly, or take your time. But the first thing I did when I first entered that dungeon is I noticed there was a timer. At the 6-minute mark, there was a 3-star treasure chest, which probably contained very good gear for the level. And then the next time was a 4-minute mark. So pretty much when you do the dungeon, if you take longer than what the time is intended, that chance of getting that chest goes down, which now you have a shot at the second chest, which is at the 4-minute mark, and then the last good 1-star chest is at the 2-minute mark. If you fail to do the dungeon in that time, I believe that it will only give you the no-star chest, which comes with some looks like some weapon gems, I believe, when I opened it, and a chance to get some a little bit of upgraded items, but nothing too good. So definitely speed running that dungeon may be pretty good. I did try the dungeon a total of 2 times. Actually, no, I've tried it 3 times. I tried it once the first time on my warlord. I ended up getting about I went past the 2-minute mark, so I got a normal common white chest. After I figured out I wanted to try to speed run the dungeon for the first time, I did run through and bring all the mobs with me, and I ended up placing about 2 minutes and something. I accidentally did not use my skills off cooldown. I was pretty much struggling with the ping a little bit there. And then I did try again speed running on the Elementus just to see how it would go, just to see if there was a damage difference or anything. Nearly I died once, and then the rest of the dungeon I pretty much spammed potions to get through it. It was a fun experience. The combat was really nice. Mystics are definitely not as tanky, of course, because they don't have a block. As for the Warlord, very tanky, very cool. I did play it super safe the first time to try out the action combat. Very fluid. You don't get hit by a bunch of crap when you do dodge. Your iframe lasts a pretty long time, but you only get 2 iframes. So you gotta also remember that when doing types of content like PvP or PvE. You get 2 dodges. Unless you're an Elementus, then you will get 2 dodges, and a tab will be a teleport and a recall. So you teleport like about 5 meters away, and then you can tab again within another 5 seconds to teleport back to your last known location. But I didn't really get to check the range on it. So that was pretty much how my Warlord and my first dungeon experience went. I will be uploading the dungeon just from my point of view, hopefully just so you guys can see how the gameplay shows. Sorry if I frustrate you guys a little bit with the gameplay, but I will definitely get on it. Alright guys, so unfortunately I'm going to be cutting the video here. I'm going a little bit over the time I spent. I definitely have a lot of content to go over, so definitely be on the lookout for some more videos to show off. I'll be showing off some guild quest stuff. I'll definitely be showing off the cash shop and going over any other classes and stuff, and cool things I checked out during the beta, such as UI customization and stuff as well. So thanks for watching everyone, and don't forget to check me out at twitch.tv/Zeroshu. I'm over there usually live. I don't have a schedule yet, but you can definitely check me out. Come in, ask some questions. We have a chill environment, have a great community. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay?